It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Coming up tonight, as we close another Sunday of football, we have a fantastic matchup for you between the Atlanta Falcons and our home team. I'm Kate Scott. Joining me, as always, my partner in crime, Brock Heward, and we are excited to bring you this NFL divisional round game. Well, excited, the word that you and I get to use, Brock, as do all these great fans in attendance, but for the players down on the field, I think a better word to discuss in this situation might be pressure.
I don't think there's any question about that, Kate. With every one of these playoff rounds, that pressure just grows. It increases. That Super Bowl gets closer and closer. And your game, well, it's got to increase with it. If you can't take your level of play up a notch from the previous week, can't rise to the occasion and find that extra gear befitting the situation we're in, well, that's the week you're going to be sent home and be a fan like the rest of us.
Only one spot remaining in Conference Championship Weekend. Let's see who claims it. We're underway in the divisional round finale. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their third-year signal caller.
And even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You're getting more comfortable in the role. And as he goes forward, he tries to learn and take something away from each and every one of these moments.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. First play is to the air. Marley won't risk something here. Just chucks it away.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send them off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing them up with a sack, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite at the game's most important position, and it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Gosh, this is Xavier Leggett. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Oh, they're going option to the left side on 2nd. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Desperados don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
That one splits the uprights. And the Desperados will jump out to a 7-0 lead. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing into the hands of Pitts. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Back to throw now. He puts some air under this one, deep right. He's got it inside the 25. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a first down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Goal to go. They're passing. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Here's a throw. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And they're going to have a 1st down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
1st and 10 from the 41. One of the tight ends motioning left. Now the first carry of the game for Ramondre Stevenson. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
On my play sheet, Kate, I've got draws and screens in the same area. Those are the areas you want to attack a defense when they're getting too far upfield. That defense got upfield, and that draw did the rest.
New set of downs for him at the 38. A tight end in motion now. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. It's taken in by Washington. And they get this down to the 28. It's a pickup of 11. And that gives them the 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Let's go now. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. He's dropping back to throw. Got Washington. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Chased out to his right. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
60 bison, 60 bison.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. So the holding backs him up. They'll try to get that back and then some on 2nd and goal.
Go.
They'll run here following the penalty. And he runs this one in for the touchdown. The Desperados get 6 more on their early advantage. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
That one right down the middle. And the Desperados drive their lead to 11. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That's into the hands of Moore. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing from the gun here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled for a short gain. That'll do it for 1 quarter of this NFC divisional round match. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll be set up 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Motioning one of the tight ends. 3rd down give to Robinson. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They'll run the draw with Robinson. And he's able to get this down to the 36. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. A give left side. Here's Robinson. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackled by Keon White there. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 24. Catch is made in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons make it a 1-score game in the first half. Drake London with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. He's going to field this at the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Desperados back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
He gets loose down the right side. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And it sets up first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Hits him on the out route. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Go.
The give now out of the shotgun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. This is Stevenson heading right. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Eight yards to go as they get set on 2nd and goal. Here he goes on the bootleg. Bails out of the pocket quick. Cut out left. And he drives this forward to the 6.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it, right? Look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. On the move, headed right. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown! The Desperados now lead by 10. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one right down the middle. And the Desperados drive their lead to 11. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Falcons are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And they need some kind of score here, Brock, to keep this from getting away from them on the road in the postseason. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They're throwing it. Moore's got it. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
From the 30 on 2nd down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
He loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Okay, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call, contact back.
So just like all touchdowns. So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Still sticking with the passing game. Short pass brought in. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
2nd and 1. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. He'll throw it yet again. Has it in close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They are throwing it again. Crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons make it a one-score game before halftime. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Desperados and this running back headed back out for a new series. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They'll throw it again. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Let's go.
3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Throwing now from the gun. Completes this this one to Dontavion Wicks. This play heads out of bounds. Marker down, though, Brock. Could be some free yards here. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. The penalty erases an exciting turnover, makes it 1st and 10.
Ready? Check go.
From the red zone now. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Has it down close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Desperados returning their offense and this running back to the field. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll run it from the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tackled by Rook Orororo. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Back to the well again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. 3rd quarter starts with a run by Stevenson. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll give them a 1st down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Option design here. And he gets him around 6 there. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Offense set for a 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. He's got a man left. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Go!
Going ground on 1st and goal. Has them the touchdown. The Desperados grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Desperados drive their lead to 11. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a 1-score game. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Now looking to throw. He fires one deep down the left sideline. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defense. Same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Tight end in motion right. Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
Set.
Sending a receiver left. They'll throw to begin this drive. Builds up this one off to his running back, complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And it'll give them a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Second and 6 coming up here.
Here we go, here we go.
They bring a tight end in motion right. From the 20 on second down. Complete right side to Washington. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Lone back gets the handoff. Pickup of 2 here, and that'll be a first down.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that, a guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. The give inside to Stevenson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dumped off to his running back. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Desperados stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Well, Brock, I think you and I both saw that one coming together from up here, and it became clear pretty quickly that if they got things going, that one could go the distance.
Yeah, the 6 points earned on any screen pass touchdown. I'd give half a point to the sell job of a quarterback, half a point to the effort of the running back, but 5 of those points to the big guys in front of them. They're the most important ones out there on that play, and in the best of times, they clear lane for a touchdown just like that one.
That one splits the uprights. And the Desperados push their lead to 18. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. That's more on the quick slant. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
A toss now to Robinson. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Nothing for them on second down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Well, that run puts them right back in the same old situation for 3rd down. I really thought that run was going to get the couple inches they needed. You could tell, just look at them down there, Kate. They thought it was going to work, too.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Robinson on the inside give. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC divisional round matchup. The Falcons have... First and 10 from the 41. Looking for a throw here. Pitts brings it in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Falcons will have a first. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And they make the tackle at the 38. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Moore's got it. And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Throw on 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That one intended for Drake London. And now they're staring at 4th and long. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
If they wanted any kind of shot here, Kate, to come back in this game, that field goal had to go through and make it a 2-score game. That's only the first of what would need to be several steps here in a hurry to have a chance to try to pull this out.
Now this offense ready to head back out. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Set. Roll, roll, roll. Go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. A give up the middle to Stevenson. And they're going to drag him down after a decent gain. He gets up to the 36. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up the 3rd and 1.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing now off play action. Buying some time right. Finds Sanders. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
To the sideline and secured by London. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Falcons 1st down.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. Well, we knew this was coming. All
Previous play
touchdowns
is
are
under
reviewed,
review.
especially late in a close game like this. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the fourth.
The score, Desperados 35, Falcons 27.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he slides down, but we got a flag on this play.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap
Still
because the
first
holding
down.
call pushes him back quite a ways. This is Stevenson on the give. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Now hang on here. We can't move on to the next play just yet. There's somebody still shaking up from the last one, and that's Ramondre Stevenson, the one in question.
Go! Go!
Here we go. 2nd and very long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Put the body on the line for his team. So 3rd and 16, no problem for them as they get the first.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he fights his way forward to get this to the 45. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Another carry for him. And he drives it up past the 45. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Putting the tight end in motion. This time it's a passing play. That's complete till he gets. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll try and punch it in. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
Marcus Lawrence on the job. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Austin. Desperados leading by 8. Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
Another chance for him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Set, go.
He's back to throw. Quick slant complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Come on, set, ready?
He'll throw it. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Ready up.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Here he is to throw. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When he saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. Finds London on the slant. And they'll take him down here right at the 8-yard line. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. Throwing now. Complete beyond the marker. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the 1st. He'll look to throw it. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Setting up to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Desperados make the play that should win them this game. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
The Falcons take a timeout to their final 1. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. They kneel it out, and that's it. They're going to be playing in the NFC Championship game.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they took care of business just as you'd expect a 1 seed to do. And they're going to get to stay at home another week and welcome in another opponent with a conference title on the line. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Desperados are your winners as we say so long from Austin.